Yeah, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The day that we've been planning for over a year has come. The Igbo Day for Nzuko of Central Pennsylvania. We're beginning to gather. If you look behind, the camera can pan, you will see people registering at the gate, trying to make it to the 7:30 p.m. hour. What is our goal in Nzuko? We're trying to propagate the Igbo culture, language, our roots, and the way we do things here in Central Pennsylvania and Pennsylvania as a whole. So what we've been doing for quite some time is presenting and putting together programs that our children, our youth, will be able to identify with. Like, we've been able to go to certain places like the Igbo village at Staunton, Virginia. We took many of our kids, they went there. We have Christmas activities also where we bring together many of our children. We dance, we make merry, and for those ones that actually graduated from college, we give them plaques and we give them money. This is a way to encourage them, to continue to uplift them. We have a vibrant Igbo community in this place. But tonight, we're going to be showcasing so many things: Igbo masquerade, cultural dances by Nzuko Ndigbo, a youth led by Mrs. Kate Mwabezobo. There'll be merriment, people will eat, we're going to dance, on the floor. So right now, we are very fired up and ready to go. This is Alfred Obiora Uzokwe.
Akwamuna chimusaga nenu wanu Onine chukuna lumuka mujaga Shiomale Akwamuna give for life Ewu Ogono bandu na rusikenu Omayaka nyenado Wisdom and understanding.
Today we shall drink and be merry. So go help yourself because it's free. And also, like we mentioned before, sometime during dinner, we are going to have the drawing of the raffle. So try to buy as much raffles as you can, so that when time comes, your chances of winning will be beefed up. Igbo kwenu! Igbo kwenu! Igbo kwenu! Igbo kwenu! Where's winning? Today is Igbo Day, so let's start acting up.
This is video.
Está playing. Tonight. My mic is going in and out. Hopefully you can understand me. My name is Chris Uzakwe. I am a student at Drexel University, and I study electrical and computer engineering. I have the honor tonight of introducing our MC, and so without further ado, let me give you a little bit of information so that you understand who's coming for you tonight. So, our MC tonight is the author of 2 books. He has written more than 2,000 pages of commentary about Nigeria on Nigeria.com. And he is an engineer and an architect, which is awesome. And he is currently the director of facility design and construction for a state agency where he oversees the work of more than 55 staff comprising of architects, engineers, design and construction of building, dams, and roadways. So I am very honored to get the night started. Please give a warm welcome to Mr. Alfred Obira Uzakwe.
Every day by day I just they say everything I do we just they penetrate. I just want to say oh I can't over. See I'm living large, I get them just so for my ghetto. Never forget where I come from, not from ghetto. I just want to say oh thank you want to go father. I call you the fight for one day you must go. See I come from East the end the street in brother you know. It's me I do to be still you already know. You might know now you don't get the yes baby. Oh now you don't get to ya. Man I did not go to get.
Thank you, women of Ndigbo. We will always depend on you. Gala, Igbo kwenu. This doesn't sound welcoming. Igbo kwenu. Where's when? Gwenye chinyazelo, as they say in the name. Now we are going to rise. seat for a while. For an event of this nature, of course, you know we will hand all activities into the hands of God. So we are going to be calling our resident pastor, Pastor Sam Anyanwu, for the invocation. Pastor Sam Anyanwu for the invocation.
Please, may I invite you one more time to rise on your feet as we pray. And if you're a guy like me, just do what I just did. Put your hand. Let us pray. I declare you, as you should get nine anyway. Ebe ọ masịrị gị na ogige ime nke ite gị ime ka anyị bụrụ ndị Igbo. Ihe anyị asụsụ nke anyị, ihe anyị omenala nke anyị, ojidimara anyị, ihe anyị mgbasi ike na ịgba mbọ. Nyekwara anyị mmekọta nke ụmụnne. Anyị na-agọzi nke n'abalị a n'aha Jizọs. Anyị na-ele ihe dị iche iche ka iji wee chọọ anyị mma. Ezinụlọ anyị, ụmụ anyị, ndị nwunye na ndị di, ndị ikwu na ndị ibe, ụmụnna. Tụmadị anyị ndị bi n'ala Central Pennsylvania. Aka gị dị ike n'ebe anyị nọ. Na nchebe nke ị na-echebe anyị n'ụtụtụ na ehihie. Na mpaghara niile nke anyị na-akpagharị. Atigbuo na nsogbu nke anyị na-ahụ na-eme ebe anyị bi. Ma naanị gị mara ka isi echebe anyị. Anyị na-enye gị ekele. Anyị na-asọpụrụ gị. Anyị gbakọrọ ebe a na mgbede a iji wee ime ihe anyị ji wee bụrụ ndị Igbo na ịgba egwu na ịtụ aha na ime ihe dị iche iche nke anyị ga-eme. Anyị na-asị Onyenwe anyị ka ị bịa were ọnọdụ n'ime ya. Ka ihe na anyị ga-eme ka anyị mee ya ka ọ tọọ ụtọ. Ka eme ya ka enye aha gị otuto na ekele. Nsọpụrụ na ugwu bụrụ nke gị. Ịja mma niile bụrụ nke gị. Mbuli elu bụrụ nke gị. Ngọzi bụrụ nke anyị n'aha Jesus.
Amen.
Thanking you, O God and Father, for all our invited guests and friends. We bless you for your good grace and mercy upon them. People have come from different places, far and wide. Some people came from Nigeria. Some came from all the way from Atlanta, Texas, New York, New Jersey. Some came from around Central Pennsylvania. Whatever they have come from tonight, we appreciate you for them. Lord, we are here gathered to celebrate culture, to celebrate language, to celebrate the life of the Igbo man and woman, which treasures brotherhood, which treasures family, which treasures hospitality and industry. We pray that in the course of what we're going to do tonight, that your spirit that brought us here will reign here. Grant that in all we will do, O Lord, that peace will overtake us. Your presence will overtake us. We started with excitement, we will make progress, and we will come to a conclusion with excitement to the glory of your name. We frustrate every devices of evil, wickedness, from the realm of darkness that may seek to interfere with what we have to do tonight. There will be no confusion, there will be no fighting, there will be no quarrel, there will be no bickering. Those that came to honor us, they will return back home in peace. The angel of the Lord will guide them, whether by the wayside or by the railway or by the airway. It will be well with them. We speak peace unto the land where we live. Because America has received us, Lord, this land will prosper. And the prosperity of this land we shall prosper. In the peace of this land we shall have peace. Thank you, Father. In Jesus' name we have prayed. Amen. Amen.
Please put your hands together for the pastor. Igbo kwenu. Igbo kwekwana ọzọ. Kwenu. It was July of 2013. A new organization was born in central Pennsylvania. Present and future generation of Nzuko. We had an enthusiastic mission to promote the welfare and culture of Ndigbo in central Pennsylvania. So in August of 2015, shortly after the advent of Nzuko, we formally inaugurated a great association. That day was called Igbo Day Gala Night. Ndebani. It was done with so much pomp and pageantry, and it was an unforgettable inauguration for that night. Our families, our friends, and well-wishers were here to support us. I will appreciate if we can give us this solemn moment to be able to trace our journey. Please give us some quiet so we can trace the journey of Nzuko. Our families, friends, guests, and well-wishers were here to support us. It was a resounding success, like I said. During the inauguration gala, our children put up a wonderful cultural show, which was spearheaded by Mrs. Kate Mwabreslo. By the way, please wear together for her. Thank you. Proudly showcasing Igbo heritage, they danced to the tune of Igbo cultural music. Also, women of Nzuko proved their mettle in this organization, so we dare not cross their path. We had masquerade displays and assorted dance tunes, reminiscent of the culture many of us grew up in. Then came summer of 2016. During our picnic, we organized a New Yam Festival, or what we call Iriji, in a small scale. Iriji is an annual cultural festival by Igbo people. Held at the end of the rainy season in early August, it symbolizes the end of harvest and beginning of the next work cycle. Yams are very important crops and are the very first to be harvested in Igbo land. The New Yam Festival is therefore a celebration of the prominence of yam in Igbo land. Our Iriji ceremony was witnessed by children. They watched closely and asked questions. Posterity will ever remember that period. Then came 2017, July 26 and 27. It was an epoch-making moment in the annals of existence of Nzuko. We organized our children and visited Igbo village in Staunton, Virginia. The Igbo village has a building replica, or building replicas of an Igbo farm village as it was 2 centuries ago. The building walls are built with mud, interiors are finished with clay plaster rather, and rooms are adorned with clay pots, thatch mats, and other Igbo village looked like many years ago in Nigeria. They also witnessed cultural dances and displays by Igbos from other parts of the United States. Igbo kwenu? 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 Some of our guests at this point, I know, are wondering what this Igbo kwenu means. It is a shortened form of Igbo kwenu, which means Igbos stand together in agreement. Once they stand together in agreement, they band together to make sure that what was agreed upon. But I digress. In 2017, August, we had our second biannual gala. Again, it was a great success. Then came August of 2018. For the second time in a row, we had a New Yam Festival on Iriji, again spearheaded by Mrs. Kate Mwabwezobo. Anybody remember that picture of Chief John walking? Anyone remember what he looks like? Think about Lion King, the movie, when Simba was being dedicated. He raised the yam, and looks just like that. That's what it reminds me of. Again, our children were there to witness it all. Diligently, Chief Mokeji explained the significance of the event to all, and then in traditional Igbo way, cut the new yam. Aside from Igbo Day Gala and Iriji, we organize Christmas parties each year. Many of the things we set out to do. Have we done it all? Not quite. There is still more to be done. The goal of teaching our children how to speak Igbo language, which will be the topic of our keynote tonight, is still in the making. I will end by saying this. We have 30 families in Nzuko of central Pennsylvania. But there are many more Igbos that live here. We are a welcoming organization. Feel free to join. You don't want to continue to miss out on the fun and camaraderie that we're having. And you do not want to deny your children a golden opportunity, the opportunity to fully explore their history. Remember, as they say, he who does not know where he's from will hardly know where he's going. I know. Some say they're too busy to come to the meetings. I agree, we're all busy. But remember, if it's important to you, you'll find time to come. And now, my friends, family, guests, and well-wishers, enjoy yourselves, feast your eyes, eat, drink, and be merry. This is what we're here for. And in the most enthusiastic way and true Igbo hospitality spirit, I say, welcome to 2019 Igbo Day Gala. Ndewo. On the high table here. He's here with his wife, Mrs. Agatha Omodedijo. They're all financial pillars of Nzuko Igbo. Ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome Attorney and Mrs. Andrew Omodedijo. Thank you, DJ. The next person, the next guest that will go up to the high table, we have Dr. Ebere Erugo. She's an author. She's also the founder of Amazing Grace Christian Counseling Services. Dr. Erugo lives in Walden, Maryland with her children. She's also the keynote speaker tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, enthusiastically welcome Dr. Erugo. welcome the chairman of the occasion. He has received various honors in appreciation of his socio-economic contributions to society. He's happily married and blessed with children. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Honorable Cosmas Ogogua Agabo, all the way from Nigeria, giving a special Nigerian. Guest is called also Otuo Ome in Oka. In my Newi dialect, when we give you this type of name, it means Anewu. So I assume that that's how this came. He's the first resident Ozoka in the United States. He's also a medical doctor by profession. He's here today with his lovely wife, Mrs. Gloria Ojiefi, Dr. and Mrs. Onejeme, also to Daalụ na nzukọ ndị Igbo, ụmụ nwaanyị nzukọ ndị Igbo, ndị anyị ji eze mba. Daalụ. The next special guest is called Osimiri Ukubawan of Old Umuahia in Abia State. He's retired from FedEx as the flight operations manager to run his own business. Currently, he's the chairman of People's Club of Nigeria, Philadelphia branch. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Chief John Amugo and his lovely wife, Lolo Ngozi. Women of Nzuko Ndigbo, are you ready? This is a very special and august guest to one of us. We have to usher him in style, in grandeur. We have to make it splendid. You're all looking splendid, so you're going to do splendid things. Now, the person I'm going to call up here is the current president of Nzuko. So you see what I mean? He is passionate, he is tenacious with respect to Nzuko activities and affairs. He's a former skipper with Enugu Rangers International Football Club in Nigeria, and he's also a retired civil engineer and worked for many years for the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation. His wife, Mrs. Kathy Onyaka, is also one of the pillars of Nzuko. Ladies and gentlemen, enthusiastically welcome Engineer Sam Onyaka and Mrs. Kathy Onyaka. Mr. President. Ladies and gentlemen, another one of the pillars of this organization, when Nzuko started in 2013, she needed a leader to spearhead us. We found that leader in Chief John Woke, a retired personnel manager. Chief John Woke deployed the skills in leading Nzuko for 4 solid years. He is here today with his wife, Lolo Justina Woke. Please, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Chief John and Lolo Justina Woke. Here, when the current president came out, he did not step out with his apaka. So now we are going to make sure that that happens. DJ, give us the same song, the Rangers song. Ndigbo. Welcome. The next item on the agenda is the breaking of the kola. I don't have the kola with me.
I salute you. Welcome. Honorable Chairman, Co-Chairman of this occasion, Nzuko Ndigbo, Petro, Sir Benson, Ejendo, Ezomogo, Nobo. Unfortunately, Ezomogo will not be here with us. Also, Ozoka, Dr. C.C. and Mrs. Gloria Onyejime, one name mother. Another Abiwe Medonke in Noka. Also to me Noka, good evening. Barrister and Mrs. Andrew Onwodinjo. Thank you for coming. Dr. Eru Amoto, thank you for coming. Our President Emeritus, Chief John Wokage. Thank you. And Lawyer, no. Special guest, fellow members of Nzuko and distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Good evening and welcome to Nzuko third biannual Igbo Day and fundraising celebration. It is a privilege and a great honor to have you all here tonight. It gives me great pleasure to welcome all of you on behalf of Nzuko of Central Pennsylvania. This is our third celebration of this great association since its inception in 2013. And I am proud to say that Nzuko has come a long way towards achieving its objectives, which is simple, to enrich our children with Igbo culture. Before I proceed to what Nzuko is about and why we are here tonight, I humbly ask that you join me to recognize and welcome the highly esteemed special guest, the chairman of tonight's occasion that came all the way from Nigeria, Honorable Costas Ogugwa Agabo Opokojiwan Atabi. No? My brother. Barrister and Mrs. Andrew Onwodinjo, we will soon crown you a member of Nzuko. Thank you for coming. All members of the high table and our special guest, Nzuko welcomes and appreciate you all. I am honored to be addressing you tonight. To my beloved wife and my inspiration, Kathy, Ivanare Yumwa, Onyaka, and my kids, your strong support is what has kept me grounded in this position. I appreciate you all. Thank you very much. To allow us time to enjoy the night, I will direct you to read my full address attached within the brochure. Thank you and welcome to Nzuko Gala. Enjoy the night and may our Lord guide and return you all safely to your different homes. tonight and always. Did I hear amen? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. Now, the next item on the agenda is the welcome by youth of Nzuko Ndigbo, which will be spearheaded once again by Mrs. Kate Nwabwezobo. Please drop everything you're doing and listen to these children because they spend some time practicing very hard so they can welcome you in the most attractive way. Take it away. No.
Afambo, Cherika, Ivan, and Wabwezomo. Dalungo.
Hello.
Afambo, Jennifer Ngazi Woke. Mama no.
Mambo.
Afambo, Chukune Doom Honorable. Afambo, Ninyechi Doom Honorable. They do know.
Oh.
Afambo, Nami Honorable. Chichichibu Kwano!
Hey.
Chichichibu Kwano!
Hey.
Kwano!
Hey.
Kwano! Kwano no!
That's the man that has a career in Igbo land. Put your hands together for him. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that time that you've been expecting, it's dinner time.
Remix, Mr. Flavor Valley Dance Hard, and a shower remix. You know, what you gonna continue? Alcohol. Those things are burning all the girls. Yeah, give me the hey. You know them, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Alfred again. Right now, it's dinner time. You can see the depth and breadth of the people that are serving themselves, getting a scrumptious meal that we've prepared. On this other side also, you can find guests and members of Nzuko Ndigbo who have come here today to, eat, merry, watch movie, masquerade displays and things like that. So it's been a great day for us.
Ashawo, pom pom, pom pom, and the baby sawa lele.
Come on, pull up, man. What that? You gotta let me know how you feel.
Feeling good, brother. Feeling good. You already know.
That's what I like. I like your fit.
Came from the motherland, man.
Okay, yeah.
Represent.
Represent.
Aki alcohol. Me, I want to chop money. I get them plenty. Looking for sexy. I want some pom. She con de piom. Waka baby. Uru baby. Corner baby. And I go tell my mama. And I go tell my papa. And I go tell them say, you be waka baby. You be chuku baby. Baby sawale. Sawale. Sawale.
Igbo papa no. Omo ayori he. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for our raffle draw. Everybody wants to win this team. I also want to win. The beautiful Chisom here is going to be the one drawing. I will just announce the name of whoever she's going to pick. The second winner for the night is Sanzida from Pauline. Sanzida. I think I'm right. That's okay, that's the carry-on luggage. Okay, the second prize is the carry-on luggage and it goes to the last but not the least is Okoro MD. The third prize goes to Okoro MD. Thank you very much, sir, for buying out.
Thank you, Cynthia. Please put your hands together for all the winners. Even if you didn't win.
Onyeisi oche na ndị a na-ejibe echichi Prince Oyi, Chairman Music Committee, ezi nwa mụrụ n'obi onye mmanụ idusonụ asị na ife dị mma dịrọ nyochanụ na akwụkwọ ite ama naanị anu jọlụ Major Gunner MC Atupulazi ọkwa onye isi oche na ndị na-agbasara anya ozi His Royal Highness Chief Iwobi Enemo Esan Chukwu
kwadoro. So ndị eze ka anyị na-agwọzi n'okịta anọ. Chief FT Ebubendo Igwe 1 Agulu Ezechukwu Chief MA Eze Igwe of Igbo Chief IO Ofobike Ezora 1 N'Umuchu Chief Ezego Ubara nke izizi na mmasịrị Alko Nkwọcha Ide 1 n'Enugu ezi nwa Nkwọcha n'idu sọnụ Ide n'ịdị mma onye ji amatụ n'Enugu Orimiri na Enugu ukwu ọnụ na-ekwulọra na Njikọka Chief Dan Obiekwe Isokwe anọ Estai Nwoke Ọkpara ukwu n'Ụmụọkpara Chief Iheme Obisi 1 of Ụmụ Obisi na Ikenna Obisi Chief S. Ọfọmata Eze Egwuatu 1 of Ezinite J.N. Mosu Mayor Anya gbogbo benezi nwidi gonu agule rikosi biano eze jileje na ECI ọnụ Igbo Omokachie Isokwe anyị nọ Chief Odua Mayor NDS Club nwanne dị na mba Ebukanu Aike mmadụ a na-ekwu ekwu a na-eme Audio fele. Chief A.O. Igbo Biali. Ije Uba. Uguba One. Nojoto. Okwefi nwanye Ugo Bianu. Nasabele Gisi Netenu.
Please, if you need some change, go to table 27. Table 27 for change. I see the Anurugos. I see the Nadi. What was your vote? And who else do I see? Please don't ring around the dancers so other people will see. Please move back a little bit. Gentlemen, your flouting are unacceptable. Please, when you spray, go back to your seat so other people will see from their chair. Please, for those taking pictures, move down, please. I don't want to have to come and push. That's how we roll. We appreciate our children and we show that purposely. back a little bit. Many people are not seeing what's going on from their chair. Pull back, please. Please pull back a little bit so others in the audience can see the dance. Please. Thank you. We can now go back to our seats. We have to go to the next item on the agenda. Please put your hands together enthusiastically for the youth of Nzuko. I will thank Mrs. A for leading them to this. Ladies and gentlemen, while we are cleaning up, we'll start getting ready to give us what she's got. Put your hands together for her, please.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Like the Honorable MC has already said, my name is Ebere Erugo, and I'm here to present on the benefits of teaching our children the Igbo language. First of all, I want to thank the chairman and the executive members of this great association for giving me this opportunity to stand before you this evening. I want to especially thank the committee members that put together this great event. It is not every day you see people working as a team to put together a thing like this. And so my introduction is going to be around teamwork. When you talk about teamwork, so when you talk about team, when you hear the word team, you will think that an I will be there because of the way it sounds. Like there is no I in team. So there is nothing like I did this or I want this, nothing about I. It is a team effort, it is a group effort. And you might say there is me, M-E in it. But for you to put me in team, you have to rearrange the whole word. So teamwork, for you to accomplish anything through teamwork, you have to be together, and we can see this evening that there has been teamwork in putting together this great event. So I want to applaud the committee members and the executive and every member of this organization for putting together this successful event. Thank you. So today we are going to say we are doing Igbo language 101. And I would dare to say that it is time for us to be more Igbotic, especially in America. It's not really cute anymore to be Americanized. It's not that cute. It's actually very cute for us to be Igbotic and be proud of our language, the Igbo language. Without wasting a lot of time, I want to give a very brief history of the Igbo language. Just one or two lines because I know that my time is limited here, not that I need more time anyway. So the Igbo language was the first time Igbo language was heard it was in 1777. And the first time it was written first in Latin language by our British colonies. And then it was transcribed to the Igbo language. And that was in 1977. And since that time, all over the world, there are over 24 million speakers of the Igbo language. And we are everywhere. And I will tell you, if you go to anywhere, no matter how remote it is, and you don't hear Igbo language, you need to run because there is something wrong in that area. The Igbos are everywhere and the language is spoken everywhere. So today, we wonder, why is it that our children do not speak the language? So today we're going to see the importance of teaching our children the Igbo language. But before we get to that, I want to talk about the possible reasons why we don't even teach our children the Igbo language. So what are the reasons that we fail to teach the Igbo language to our children? I am a woman, I am a mother, and I am qualified with so many names, names like sister, friend, colleague, church member. There are so many things that you can qualify me with. But the one I value most is mother, or mommy, or mom, however you say it. My most prized title is being called mommy. And unfortunately, that is also the title that I have failed most in. And I've just realized that one of the ways that I have failed is by not teaching my children the language. And when I was given this topic to present on, I started thinking, what about me? So it was really important for me because it's not like a pastor preaching to sinners. This is like a sinner preaching to other sinners, or even a sinner preaching to people that are more righteous, because I know that I have failed in this respect too. So it is very personal to me. Why is it that we don't teach our children Igbo language? And three possible reasons came to me. Is it selfishness? Is it laziness? Or is it ignorance? And you might want to ask, how can it be selfishness? Thank you for asking that question now. Selfishness, the way I see it personally, like I said, is personal to me. I know that sometimes, and my children are here, so now I'm going to reveal to them that I talk about them, even though they already know. So sometimes we might be in the car. I might be in the car with the children, and I'm talking on the phone with my sisters, and I'm talking about them. So I am so happy that they don't understand what I'm saying. So at that time, I'm happy. Oh, okay, now they don't understand me. I can talk about them while they are there, right in front of them. So that's selfishness on my part, the fact that I know that I'm taking advantage of the fact that they don't understand the language. So now they know that I talk about them, and when I'm talking, they will know. So that might be a reason, but it's not a good enough reason for us not to teach them the Igbo language. Or is it laziness? Again, me personally, sometimes I might say something to my sisters or to another Igbo person, and my kids will come to me and ask me, what does this mean? And because I don't want to take time to explain that to them, I'll say, just leave me alone. That's laziness. That's a teachable moment, a moment that you can use that opportunity to start telling them what the word or the sentence means, and just use that opportunity to teach them the Igbo language. So it could be laziness or it could be ignorance, and that is like applies to everybody because we don't understand, we don't recognize the importance of the Igbo language, and that is why we think that maybe if our children speak Igbo language, then it will diminish them. On the contrary, it will boost their morale, boost their ego, which takes me to the next slide. The importance of knowing the Igbo language for our children. It gives them diversity. Even though, like, when we are filling out our resumes, our applications, and we are asked if we are bilingual, because we know that we speak English and Igbo, we say no. That we are bilingual because we speak English and we speak Igbo. So it's not about speaking Spanish or French or German. It will give them that diversity to say, yes, I know another language. And then it improves their self-worth. For their friends to know that they know their own language, they are not just Americanized, that they also have a root, and they recognize that root. And it preserves the culture. Just like the children came out here, the youth came out here and danced to the culture. Can you imagine if they actually understand the music that they were dancing to? Understand the meaning, because the music itself has a lot of very important meaning. So it would be so much better if they understand that the music that they were dancing to. So it preserves the culture. It makes them know the roots and why things are done the way they are done. And it gives them pride in their ethnicity, knowing that they have a root, that this is not, thank God for America that we are here, we are prospering here and all that, but it gives them there's additional pride for them to know that to have that pride in their ethnicity and to know the culture, not just translated in English, but in Igbo language too. And then what about discipline? Wouldn't you like to put the fear of God in your kid in public in Igbo language? Let's, for example, your kid does something in the store with everybody watching you. Can you imagine what would happen if you bend down and speak Igbo to your kid and say, if may house or may walk, without anybody knowing what you're saying? The Americans will not say that you're trying to kill your child because you have just spoken it in Igbo, and the child will recognize the seriousness of what he or she is doing. For example, when I was young, there are some things you cannot explain in English. When I was growing or when I was very young, my mother used to say something to me that I never really understood until I grew up. And she used to say, otu mmadụ si jie ngwa gaa olili a na-eji vunye ya ikwo sụwa akpụ. I never really understood that. And that time I used to like wonder, you know, how would you dress to a funeral that they will give you mother and person to start pounding fufu? But now it is not about dressing, it is not about fufu, it is not about funeral. It is presentation, your presentation in life, in everything, not just everything. And I have been trying to say that to my children, but I have not been able to say, you know, pass it across exactly the way they would understand it. Because I just tell them about how they present themselves. But if they knew Igbo, and I say it in Igbo, they would really understand what I'm talking about. So that is another thing, another reason why knowing this Igbo language is very important. And then it can serve as a code for safety and for privacy for our children. Like example, in the store again, if you think that your child is in danger or anything that you're not even sure, but you just want to say something that only he or she understands, you can say that in Igbo without any other person knowing what you have just said. So it can be like a code language that just between the two of you, or between the people that understand the Igbo language. So those are just some of the benefits of the Igbo language, of our children knowing the Igbo language. And not just here in America, even though we are talking about it in diaspora, but it's so painful when you go back home and you see parents that are, you know, two parents from the Igbo that speak Igbo, and they speak English to their children right there in Nigeria. It's really disheartening. You don't see that in the Hausa tribe or Yoruba tribe. Or like let's say Chinese person would speak fluent English and turn around immediately and speak Chinese without adding English to it. So what is wrong with our own Igbo language? We have to have pride in it, pride enough to teach our children. So what's the solution? We can start right now. Charity begins at home. We start from home. We start with our parents. We, the parents, will start teaching our children. We make up our mind that from today, word for word, we'll just start from one word to a sentence to a paragraph. We'll start teaching them today. Then when you search online, you see so many resources online where you can enroll them. They're on vacation right now, and we are looking for ways to keep them busy. So we can enroll them in online classes so that they can take the Igbo language class online. And we can pair them up with their peers, their friends that understand Igbo, especially if you know somebody that just came back from Nigeria and speaks Igbo. You can pair your children up with that person so that they can start teaching them little by little. And then we have language classes where you can enroll them or buy literatures, Igbo literatures, and they start reading it line by line with your help, explaining to them what the words mean. So those are some of the ways that we can start helping our children, start teaching our children. But first, we have to make that result. We have to start from home. The grandparents, parents, siblings, everybody will have to get involved and do this. So what is next? Either we start teaching them, or one day we'll go back to our village and see the Fulani headsman speaking our language, and our children will not understand it. Because it's happening right now in our village, in my village, the Hausas are speaking the language, more fluent than my own children. I mean, my children don't even speak it. So they speak the language in my village, that my children don't even speak it. That's a shame on me. So if God forbid that we'll get to that point when we'll go home and another tribe has taken over our language or our culture or our tribe. So in conclusion, I have a 30-second challenge for our youth today. If there is any youth here that can come out here now and speak one sentence in Igbo, it doesn't matter how short, it doesn't matter how, just one sentence in Igbo. Is there any youth that can come out here and speak that in one sentence in Igbo? There is a gift card for you here. Any child like that? Any youth? Is there any youth that can do that now? No, I have two people. I have one gift card.
No, there is.
I'm sorry.
Okay, Kimmer. How are you?
Oh my God.
Okay. Okay. Do you live around here? I call you. Okay. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Keynote speaker, we appreciate that. Please put your hands together one more time for the keynote speaker. Now, as you know, I think I have to say this again, the hall itself, for some reason, sounds rowdy. There's a lot of distraction, especially in that direction. Please help us get it under control. Please. The next item on the agenda is pledging donation. As you know, this is a non-profit organization, and what we try to do is lead from some of our dues, and then, of course, the donations. And over the years, quite a good number of people have been able to support us financially. One of them is here, attorney Andrew Nzuko and wife. And so we are going to kick off this donation by sending the microphone up the high table. Later on, we will come down to the low table. I'm calling it low table just because of the height, not that it's low or not loaded, because I know quite a good number of people are loaded and waiting for me to get there. My lieutenant, Abel, I hope you've started out.
On the high table and on the floor. Based upon my knowledge, the black hat really has no place compared to the red hat chip. So I will pass the microphone to my elders, the individuals with the red hat, and if they decide to grant me the permission to go first, so be it, and I'll acknowledge that. So, without much ado, I'm going to pass the microphone to Mr.
Thank you. I will give you permission to go ahead.
Wow, that's quite interesting. All right, at this point, I really do not have any choice to get things moving. On behalf of my wife, Agatha, and myself, Mr. Vice President, Mr. Osoko, if you can come close, I have my paper, and if I may respectfully request that the number be kept anonymous, I will appreciate that. Thank you.
Please put your hands together for him. This is not something I would have liked to keep anonymous, but since he wanted us to do that, I will do that. But I know that by scale, if I drop this on a scale, it's going to go way down. That's how heavy this is. So ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for attorney. So now I'm going to head towards the chairman of the occasion, Honorable Cosmas Agabu.
Igbo Pene, Igbo Pene, Igbo Peswele, Mr. President, the woman who gave us a very wonderful keynote address, I salute you. My brother, very respected gentleman who is here at table with us, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please, all other protocol duly observed. It's my singular honor to be in your midst this evening. Honestly, when I came in, looking at the crowd, I was overwhelmed, especially by the way the whole thing is being organized, the way the whole thing been since I was watching, particularly I have a very big regards for anything that concerns our culture as it's going on here today. I came in all the way from the east of Nigeria, from Enugu, simply to honor this very invitation. I am so amazed seeing the way they've displayed the dance group and the woman who gave the keynote address, stating the obvious, what the Igbo language is all about, and the need that is very important that our children will be part of it, that we, the parents, will be a full guidance to our children, especially when it comes to Igbo language, because we have no other place to go. We are today in the United States. You should know that after here, we'll get back home. For our language, it's very important that we preserve our culture. Our cultural heritage are very important, especially for those of us who are in diaspora. You remember home. Think home. At least once in a year. It's very important. I could remember some years back in Nashville, I was there during the time of ASA USA to give talks, especially where it concerns our culture. Igbos are very entrepreneurial. Of course, all of you are aware that we are very progressive in nature. Igbos, of course, when you realize what Igbos are, you will be very happy to associate with that very language. I thank God that I'm here today to witness this very occasion. When I was coming, I was only coming to come and be part of this occasion. I wasn't coming to come and be the chairman. But when I was called upon to be the chairman, I wouldn't say no, simply because Igbos, anything concerns my language, our father's language, is not something that you can shy away with. It's something that you will always like to be part of. So, my dear brothers and sisters, as we are here today, the coming to be the first to make donation or be the last, I wouldn't know, but be it as it may, as long as it's what will contribute to the growth of our culture, it's something that is worth doing. I can tell you that I cannot be the least and I cannot be the tail. I would rather be the head and move our culture forward. As it stands, can I have, because I wouldn't want to be the tail, just like I said. My brother has said something. Mine will not be unanimous. Mine has to be open, because I need to encourage each and every one of us here to be part of what we are doing. So that by next year or next 2 years, we're going to gather here again to dine and wine, to celebrate. It's part of encouragement to our children. So, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, at this point, let me, on behalf of myself, my brother, my other brother here, I have my two brothers who are here, and my friend, and also a brother, and the Mr. President, let me pledge, or rather, let me just give a cash of $2,000. Thank you, and God bless you.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for him one more time. That's not a big feat. Thank you. The microphone is now floating.
This is Maryland. We will go there. We say Kapia, we log on working. Mama, Nama, the president. I said Kapia, you know. Ọkọ̀ nwoke nwa amụrụ na mma maka oji ebibe m si na ụmụ bere n'Ọka dịka nwa amụrụ na mma si na ndị na-ekwu okwu si na ogologo okwu adịrọ mma n'ụka mgbede ahụ na ọ na-atụzi ndị mmadụ ndị aka gbara egwu na-eje ka ha gbaa a sị m na ihe a na-eme mụ na oji ebibe m si na ya akwado uru wee were obere iwe na-eme akwụkwọ enye nwa amụrụ na mma bụ prezident emetezie maka ọrụ na iwe na-enye ya ka ọ dọba Hello.
Thank you. Please put your hands together for him. The microphone is still floating. Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I see a lot of prominent individuals. Call me and I'll come to your corner.
Obu ogom weki ihuoma anyatom bundisa ibianga aya bekwa nga afọ abụọ ka atọ gara aga nọnyere unu ihe unu na-eme dị anyị mma mana agaghị m abịa uwe oge unu ihe anyị bịara bụ iso unu jisie ike onye na-asị jisie ike ya bụ ihe ọ na-eme eru mma iji gbuo ya nkenke mụ na nwaanyị ga-enye unu akpa ego 4 ama mma arụ na unu ga-aghọta ihe nkọrọ akpa ego 4 bụ ihe anyị ga-enye unu otu akpa ego gịnị 100 quantity so anyị ga-enye unu akpa ego 4 ekelele m unu Chineke. Thank you.
Please put your hands together for him. Onyalanya begi nonya na wunye dalum. Dalum.
And we encourage, we feel very well entertained by those young children. And we thank my sister and brother-in-law, Domukanjos, for bringing us to this occasion. And for all those reasons, we encourage and support this organization with $500.
I was originally here representing somebody that couldn't make it here today, Mr. Shehu Jafia. He was invited, but he meant to come in here today from Nigeria, but he couldn't make it. So he asked me to represent him. He is very happy with what is going on here, even though he's not Igbo, but he appreciates what the Igbos are doing, and he wants to encourage this association. He said he tells you that he misses being here today and that he's happy with what is going on, and he wants to encourage you with $600.
Please put your hands together for him. Thank you very much. Thank you. Mr. DJ, please.
So.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Igbo mmamano. Igbo mmamano. Igbo mmamano. Igbo Igbo batalago. Kabo John on this one. Igbo na Igbo state. Getting it that or not. I know the central Pennsylvania. That one of
You all help pick up the money, okay?
Please put your hands together for him.
Igbo kwenu. Nzuko Ndigbo kwenu. Mmadụ anọkwa ebe a. Kedu ka anyị nọzi mmadụ na-esi mmụọ. Megharịa na ụmụnna na-anwụle ka anyị bịa. Uchukwu. Ekwuara atụ afọ bulu ụzọ. Mmechi egwu dedicate to Nzuko Ndigbo wee bido. Mrs. Okoro Semu Palolo Nobel surprise. We made a very short demo. Now we're on enough time, but DJ Ngwano, let's go. Yes, sir.
n'onye Igbo na-afụnụ ọ bụ na Mary anyị ba ọ bụ n'Europe na ụmụ Igbo gwụla agwụnụ Asia and Australia na ụmụ Igbo na-afụnụ Ichie Sam Onyeka, President Nzuko Igbo na Central Pennsylvania. Mrs. Kati Onyeka, Oliaku President. Okwueke Nuno. Chief Cosmos Wagapo, Chairman, Nzuko Ndigbo Cultural Day. Chief John Mortgage, President Emeritus. Lord of Mortgage. Esi nwanyị esobi. Okwu ekene ooo. Esi nwanyị Igbo si n'Igwe je. Ọ ga-adị n'ịnọ. Engineer Alfred Osogwe, Vice President, Nzuko Ndigbo, Gala Akwe, Okwu Ekene. Engineer Financial Secretary, next Tuesday, Financial Secretary, Onward enjoy. Mr. Wokanjo Nyafunu, Secretary Nyafumanu, Anya Baba Kelechi Nadinu, Secretary Emeritus, Gala Akwe, Ndoga Delima. The same also the also one not Mrs. Fidelis Nwabweze Ogo, Treasurer, Nzuko Ndigbo, okwu ekele gị n'oli apụghị ewu. Ọ ga-ejikọtara na keeti nwunye ya. Okwu ịnọ n'ọgbọ ọrụ, okwu ọ ga-adịrị mma. Ndị na-arụ ike, ọ ife anyị na-ayọ o. Ndị Igbo amaka. Ndị Igbo dị ụsọ. Ndị Igbo dị ụsọ. Udo na-anwụle. Udo na-anwụle. Ya ka anyị ji aga. Ya ka anyị ji aga. Ọganihu. Udo na-arụ ike. Ya ka anyị na-ayọ. Ndị Igbo dị ụsọ, ndị Igbo dị ụsọ, udo na-anwụle, udo na-anwụle, ya ka anyị ji aga, ya ka anyị ji aga, ọganihu, ndụ na-arụ ike, ya ka anyị na-ayọ. Yes, sir. Fire! Fire!
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We have some donations. Chief Mike Okeke pledged $200. So please put your hands together for them. So DJ, give us your very best for dancing. Dance, dance, dance. The floor is still open. We have the floor. So the DJ will give us very good music to dance now.
On your call them. Believe. If live wonder. If you're gonna go. On your must and you want you also. Madam, do I go to us? And you got one and you also. You don't wonder. As a man, you got one and you also. And I want also. One day I want also. You know, look at me. You go. You go. Ubi dance you. Ubi dance you. You go. You go. I wanna dance you. I wanna dance you. Yeah, one nature not forget. Cause I want to tell you. Ukuwani melonya lumo to gawa bone. Onyamu masemo for prayers. They need the money. Man, I'm boji mungayo. Yosima bombi bula bagi. Imagine life without the money. You go suffer, tire. Imagine life without the lojo. Some guys say, God, you know. I tell me, Rochi, Ebana be fego. One no ringo, the boys say, Hana be sego. You don't pay, I don't miss it till the heat, ego. Who come in a fish, ego. Feed the way one ego. Let's say they're going to back along. Lilo may bono, Ewa Mako, Bulego, Batame Belono, Nabafane, or Sinamo Meme. They when they gonna sign a check, one name more mad. My pastor then told me, say, money is the root of
Hello. Telling it ever since the inception of this Nzuko. I know it's late, but I'm calling on the family of Kelechi Nnadi and Mrs. Nnadi. Please can you come up here for this special presentation? They have been selling the highest number of tickets ever since this association was formed. Kelechi Nnadi, please.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Picture.
Very good.
Thank you so much. Okay, we appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Well deserved.
Thank you so much. Oh my God, I wasn't expecting it. He deserves it. This is beautiful. Hey! Did you get it? Huh? Come on, man. It's part of fun. We did it together. You know, we did it together.